welcome back to another episode of Four Continental Podcast. Today we have David with us, who was basically not present in the previous three podcasts. So it's me, Momin. With me is Singh Park and David. Today we talk about the two games played last night between Canada and Bosnia and USA and Paraguay. So yeah, let's get straight into it.
Awesome. Let's get started. So, Singpack, tell us about the Canada game.
Yeah, obviously, there's a lot to talk about in the game. So, quickly summarizing the game, obviously, I think in the first half, I think Canada did have a few chances. They were kind of dominating, but they weren't making much of their chances. They missed some. Obviously, Jonathan David, he did not have a good game. And then Bosnia defense was quite good as well. But in the second half, after the substitutions that were made for Canada, I did think they kind of step it up and scrapped a goal as well. But honestly, the whole game, I think the best thing of winners was probably the Bosnia defense. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's start with David. Yeah, share your thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think the Canada defense actually looked pretty strong. A few of those guys were like doing good clearances, but yeah, you're right. The forwards, Jonathan David, yeah, wasn't looking too good, which is why he got subbed off at 60 minutes. But I think Canada have a lot of potential for the upcoming games for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Basically, the highlight of the game yesterday was the Bosnian defense. They were like rock solid at the back. I think they made like two goal line clearances in the second half. But at the same time, you have to also talk about the Canadian attack, as you both mentioned. It wasn't up to the mark, and Jonathan David missed a couple of really good chances in the first half. So yeah, Canada definitely has to work on their attack for the upcoming games.
Yeah, and obviously, since we have talked about the fact that Canada's attack wasn't looking the best, so I think that it is the best that Larin continues starting the games now, because obviously it's the World Cup. So if you don't perform, you gotta be benched. So I mean, Larin came on like I think within like 2 or 3 minutes, he literally scored a goal, which kind of brought back the momentum for Canada. So, and can we just talk about the goal as well? Like it was a great goal.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, what do you think of Promise David, who came on at 61 minutes? What do you think of him so far?
Yeah, he was definitely very strong and very pacey. With the Bosnian defense, he was like up part them with the physicality and stuff. He did give away a couple of fouls as well, but yeah, he basically him, Ali Ahmed, and uh, yeah, they basically really helped the Canadian attack as they were subbed in. They like immediately posed a threat to the Bosnian defense.
Do you reckon they should be starters for the next game?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
definitely.
yeah,
Okay.
I think the substitution was what brought Canada back the momentum, as I've said before. Because Bosnia, like the defense, they had a lot of tall players and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of looking like so far the whole game, it looked like their defense was kind of like uncrackable. So it was crazy.
Okay, yeah, wow, yeah. That's good.
yeah,
What do you think of the goalkeepers in this game?
I think the Canada goalkeeper was doing decent. I recall him having a few saves. What do you think of him, Moment?
yeah, for sure. He did make a couple of saves, but the Bosnian keeper was quite good as well. He made a couple of decent saves too.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. I think, yeah, Laren looked quite sharp when he was playing, so I'd like to see a lot more of him.
All right, guys. So moving on, how would you think the group would progress forward now? I mean, obviously we seen the match now. What do you think of the later games which will happen in Group B? Any predictions and anything?
Let me just have a look at it right now. Oh, I think Switzerland definitely should win this group for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Qatar's not a hard game, I don't think. So Switzerland should confidently win that. And then, yeah, I think it's just a battle for who gets third between Bosnia and Canada now, second and third.
Yeah, but this is looking at the quality in the Switzerland team. They should have a very uh, comfortable win over Qatar. But since it's the World Cup, you never know. Qatar will probably, like we've seen in the previous game, they will probably just stay back and wait for the counter opportunity. So, yep, Switzerland has a great chance to like finish top in this group, and they probably will.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Who do you think will finish last, Moment?
It's I think it's basically really obvious answer here. I'm gonna
Yep,
go with
Qatar.
Qatar. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What about
Yeah,
you,
I
Singapore?
agree. I agree as well that I think Qatar will finish last in the group, but I am quite interested to see games like Qatar versus Bosnia.
Yeah, that'd be a close game, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Qatar
And
can be good.
also, and also, I'm just interested to see like how Canada will play in the future. Like what type, like will they start the substitutes they made in the future games? Because I think the attack is really going to make the difference for them. Because they kind of did have the momentum, but just like we say, they were just failing in the finishing the chances.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. They can definitely improve and be quite good in the upcoming games.
Yeah. So before we move on to the next game, USA versus Paraguay, who do you think finishes where in Group B? Like who finishes first, second, third?
Think back, what do you think?
Mm. First, yeah, like we said, I think Switzerland will probably finish first in the team group, and then for second I would back Bosnia, and then for third I would back Canada, and then fourth I'll put Qatar. What do you guys think?
Moment, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the same prediction. Switzerland to top the group, Bosnia second, Canada third, and Qatar will go home.
Interesting. I think I'll have Canada as second just because home team, I think they'll really pick up the standard in the next two group games they have, I reckon.
Yeah, it's possible. So now let's move towards the Group D game, USA versus Paraguay.
Perfect. So, Singpack, start us off. What do you think?
Yeah, this was crazy. I mean, like I've said yesterday, even though I did kind of predict it was going to be a close game, I did kind of say that we shouldn't write off USA. I mean, everyone were kind of writing them off and were saying like, oh, they were going to get like beaten by Paraguay and stuff. But I say like, still, I think USA could produce some good games, and that's basically what happened. I mean, summarizing the game, I mean, first thing, let's get this straight. I mean, the USA attack was beautiful. I mean, Pulisic was looking quite good, and Balgan, I mean, he literally almost had a hat trick if his first goal wasn't offside. And however, though, do want to point out the fact that the defense was kind of looking shaky. Though, like when Paraguay was attacking, I do think their defense wasn't looking that great. I mean, even for the goal they conceded, it wasn't like the best defense for USA. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Moment, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I was pretty disappointed by Paraguay. I mean, they have a good team, but they they had a lot of open spaces in their defense in the midfield, which the USA easily utilized and heavily punished them. I was obviously hoping for a close game or maybe Paraguay surprising with the victory, but it was far from happening, honestly. What about you?
Yeah, I think Paraguay could be in trouble against Mexico, not Mexico. Sorry, against against Turkey. I think they sorry. That's I made myself laugh. Yeah, I think Paraguay could be in big trouble against Turkey since their defense really wasn't looking good. Yeah, definitely. And I think USA were looking sharp. That like Balogun, 2 goals, like that's really impressive.
Yeah, but even then, I was saying like I do think USA defense did kind of look shaky, so I'm kind of curious to see how they play like against Turkey and stuff, because obviously, then like Turkey's attack is probably going to be like better than Paraguay's, right? So it'll be kind of interesting to see what's going forward. What's your opinion, Moment?
Yeah, for sure. Turkey is obviously the most talented team in this group, looking on paper, obviously, but as said countless time before, anything can happen in the World Cup. So there will definitely be a challenge for USA, Australia, and Paraguay to face off Turkey. They got Kenan Yildiz, Arda Güler, uh, yeah, and many others. So I'm really excited to see how this group finishes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what do you think of Dest in this game? How do you think he went?
Dest, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he was obviously moved up to a higher position.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, most of the attacks were coming from the left side, but he wasn't like bad or anything, because like I said, the whole attack was looking quite dynamic. What do you think, Moment?
Yeah, uh, he was I'm gonna say used quite well. He has a lethal pace, so he definitely played his part in the 4-1 victory. But I'd like to mention that since Paraguay, obviously there was a doubt that their star player Enciso might not start, but however, it was good to see him play. They did score a decent goal. I believe if they played like how they did in the second half, if they had played with the same mentality in the first, I think there may be a change in the final score. Like who knows, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think
yeah,
they might have did
facts.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts. Because in the second half, we did see Paraguay kind of stepping up at the start. At least we did finally see them like creating like few chances for themselves. So like it is still possible that they can might kind of like make a comeback. But for now, I do really think that like other teams in the group kind of have an advantage.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah, I hear that. I mean, I think it was good to see that Paraguay and USA were a bit weak in defense because it means that like the teams who like counter-attacking, for example, Turkey, Australia, it shows that they can score goals against these teams. So if they can just defend well, like USA and Paraguay could lose their next games potentially. So the group is definitely very open, which is good to see.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, before we move on to the a very crazy next day with the 5 games, so who do you think
Hmm.
finishes where in the Group D?
Ooh, Singpack, what do you think?
Oh, I'm still gonna back Turkey finishing first. I do think for like as a team, as a whole team, do think they have the most well-rounded team. And for second, based off current form, I'm gonna put USA. For the Aussies, I think they're gonna have go third right now, and Paraguay at fourth.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with that completely. I think Paraguay could be good, but they need a strong defense, and I'm not convinced so far about their defense. And their forward line is just average. So I think I'd put Australia in third and Paraguay in fourth as well. I agree.
Yeah, and same for me. Basically, I would put Turkey at first. Maybe we can see USA fumble, but that's kind of a debate. Like maybe, maybe not. But so yeah, I'll go for Turkey, Australia, USA, and then Paraguay.
Yep, I agree.
All right, that's good.
Okay, so yeah, let's move on to the prediction of the 5 games we have upcoming, starting off with Qatar and Switzerland.
Yeah, wow, that should be a good game, I think. I mean, Switzerland should win by a few goals, but you never know. Like Qatar have looked good in the Asian Cup a few years ago, so you never really know what will happen.
So
My predictions, I'll probably go like Switzerland 3-1 Qatar. I do think Qatar can easily put like score a goal. Like I'm not underestimating like that them like that, like David said.
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree. I think they could score for sure.
yeah, I'm gonna say Switzerland 2 and Qatar 1. I'm hoping it to be a good game. Let's see.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, so let's move
Now,
towards the big game now. Brazil versus Morocco.
Yeah, wow.
now
This
we're
is
talking.
Yeah. Now we're talking. We need Diego for this.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, yeah. So let's
What do you
start
think?
with David. What do you think?
Mhm. Yeah, so I think this game is a massive game for Brazil because if they lose this, it sets the standard for their whole tournament at a low. If they lose this, it's not going to be good. But I think I back them. I think I really back Brazil in this one. They should win at least by a goal or two. I'm not expecting anything too big. Morocco are quite a good side. So if I had to predict, I'd say a 3-1 or a 3-2. I think there'll be goals because both sides aren't too good defensively. But yeah, it still could be close, you know. Morocco could pull off a draw, even a win. What do you think, Singback?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this game is going to be filled with goals, to be honest, because, like you said, that obviously Brazil's like defense is not looking very good. I mean, we still have Danilo and Sandro playing as the fullbacks, so I do think Morocco can score a few, especially with the talent they have in their team. So for my prediction, I'll actually predict a draw between them. I would say
Ooh,
a 2-2 draw between both of them.
yeah, wow. That's a
Yeah.
good prediction.
Yeah, I was gonna basically make the same prediction considering the Brazilian fullbacks are not like top notch, and the Moroccan wings are basically really great. So yeah, we could be seeing goals from both sides, and I'm also gonna say it will be maybe a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, wow. I'm thinking 3-2. I'm sticking with it. I feel like who do I think will score? I think Neymar. No, I
No,
think
isn't he still injured?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
missing this game. So I think
yeah.
it might be like maybe Vinny or maybe Endrick off the bench who could come in and score the winning goal.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah,
for
so
very
just kind
very
of off
likely.
topic, do you guys think Rafinha should like continue playing like how he played like number 10 in some of the friendlies?
Well, I think they need more of a midfield player in there, to be honest, just to make the team a bit more defensive. So I would
Mm,
think they should play even Cunha in there. He's pretty defensive, or Paqueta.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What do you think?
I actually think Paqueta should be the one playing. I mean, in the friendlies, he was looking amazing.
Yeah, he
So
was.
that would
He
be
was.
my pick. What about you, Momin?
Yeah, for sure. Paqueta has been doing quite well for Brazil. And yeah, and I think I read that Matheus Cunha will start the game for Brazil tonight. So it will
Oh
be quite
wow.
interesting to see.
Yeah, that'll be
Mm,
very
To be
interesting.
honest, either of them starting, I would still be quite excited to see them play though.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah. So let's move towards the third game, which will be Haiti versus Scotland.
that's gonna be a good game. Probably not too short. Not too short the score will be, but I think Scotland will win it. What do you think, Momin?
Yeah, considering Haiti beat NZ 4-0 in a friendly without their main player playing for them, I think they should not be taken very lightly. I think it will
Oh
be a
yeah.
yeah, something like a 2-1 win for Scotland. Yeah, it will be a close game.
Interesting.
What
Me
about you?
personally, I think it will be a super close game in my opinion. I think I only back Scotland to win by 1 goal. So I'll put
Oh
like a
wow.
1-0 prediction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow. I mean,
interesting.
it could be close. I'm gonna say a 2-0 win. I think Scotland do look quite good. They do have a few players who have been on form. McTominay has been great for 2 years now, really. They have Robertson at the back. I think it'll be a 2-0. I think they have enough talent to make it 2 goals.
Yeah, it will be quite interesting to see. Now to move towards David's country, Australia versus Turkey.
What
Actually, let's before we even talk about it, David, what do you predict how Aussies are going to play? Like, what's your prediction looking for the team so far? Like, what do you think of the team and everything?
I think we have a very good team, but I think we will play defensive. I think we'll park the bus. I think we'll just try and get the counter attacks, which is not what I want to see. I want to see us actually attack the game, try and win it, but I don't think we will. I know our coach. He likes to play 5 defenders, then 4 in front. He does the whole attacking wing backs, but he still wants them to sit back, park the bus. So I think we lose this game, to be honest. And I think we lose it because we don't try and attack. Like we won't have forwards on. Our wingers are basically midfielders. So I reckon we'll lose it 2-1 maybe. It'll be close, but I think they'll dominate us because we just sit back and we soak up the pressure and then we have no forwards to attack. So
Mm.
it'll be good to watch Australia though, but I think Turkey's the hardest game. I think we'll be defensive for this game, and I think we'll attack more Paraguay, attack more USA because their defenses are weaker. What do you think, Singpak?
Well, I personally think that it's going to be a close game because, like you have said, your team is probably going to play quite defensive, right?
Yeah,
So, in the sense, I actually, my prediction is actually a draw between both of them.
yeah, it could be to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. I would actually back a 1-1 draw for this match.
That'd be good actually. It'd be a great game if it was that close.
Yeah, and any players you are like most excited, looking forward for your team?
Yeah, Geordie Boss, he's at
Mm.
Feyenoord. He is an absolute star. He is a wing back, left back basically, and he's very attacking. He's very talented. He's a star. We have Mo Torre. He's at Norwich, so he played 12 times at the end of last season, and he scored 9 and got 3 assists, which for 12 games is very good stats in the championship. So I think we definitely have players who can attack. We have Aaron Kunda, who's at Watford. He was at Bayern's academy before that. So he's very talented. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those Australian players. And when it comes
Mm.
to Turkey, they have the big names there. They have Gula, they have Yildiz, like they have some ballers. So I think there could be goals even. I'm not even sure. Like it just depends how the game goes. What do you think, Momin?
Yeah, I mean, Australia is not to be like underestimated. If we go back to the last World Cup in Qatar, they almost like beat Argentina, who like went on to be champions. If it weren't for that Martinez save, so I think Australia will definitely pose a threat to Turkey. At the same time, Turkey is a decent squad as well. So I think it will be a high scoring match. I'm probably gonna say 2-2 draw, or maybe just maybe Turkey wins it 3-2. So I'm expecting a really high scoring game in this one.
Yeah,
Mm.
but to be fair, going back to the 2022 World Cup, I do believe the Argentina team has, no, I mean, Australia team has changed quite a bit. I mean, there's a lot of new youngsters. I mean, there's still a lot of old players, I think. So all the chemistry and everything will be kind of, like, it will be interesting to see
Yeah,
how the whole team plays.
yeah, it
Yeah,
will be exciting
definitely.
to watch. Okay,
Yeah, it will
so
be.
to move toward the final game tomorrow, it will be Germany versus Curacao.
Mm. This will be a good game. I really want to see Germany because no one really knows how well they will play. Like, they have good players, but we haven't really seen them all in their best form together. So I think it'll be good. I think Havertz up top, if he starts as striker, he could be damaging. Like he can be quite good. We saw him for Arsenal this season. He played quite well at striker in some games. I think you put Musiala behind that, you have Verts behind that, Sane, whoever Germany choose to play. I think I think they could have goals. I think this team can really score. And their defense is also decently solid, like Slotterbeck, they have Kimmich back there, they have Tar. Like these aren't bad defenders. Like they're not too bad. So I really think Germany should be the favourites for this. But what do you think, Singpak?
Yeah, true. I think that we all kind of agree that Germany is probably the favorites for this game, but it's the question is more like how good Germany are actually going to be against them, like by how much they're probably going to perform. So yeah, I mean, I think the best it is probably the best opportunity for Words to perform. I mean, there's probably still a lot of pressure for him to perform, but it is the best time for him to change that. And at the same time, he is probably going to play alongside Musiala, so it'll be quite interesting to see how these two link up and how the chemistry is going to be between these players. What do you think, Moment?
Yeah, I mean, looking at Curaçao's recent friendlies, they won 4-0 against Aruba, and the previous three they lost 4-1 against Scotland, 5-1 against Australia, and 2-0 against China. So, I mean, if they lose such a big margin from teams like Scotland, and like they're gonna be facing the a very like a great team filled with amazing players. So I'm definitely gonna back Germany here, and I think they will beat Curacao something like 3 or 4 nil. It's gonna be a big game for yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it will be a high scoring game, but this could be misleading. It could make Germany look better than they actually are just because their opponent is weak. So I think it's important not to be misled by this game. Goals
Yep,
doesn't
for
mean
sure.
Germany necessarily are a great team. It really depends how they play. But
True,
Singpao,
true.
who's your key players for Germany?
In my opinion, I still kind of backwards to being one of the key players for Germany. And obviously, for the if you are from the defense, I'll pick Jonathan Tah. I think had a fantastic season, so I'm hoping he would continue that form as well.
Yeah, for sure. It will be interesting to see how they play against Curacao, which is a quite low-ranked team compared to them. So it will definitely be a good game.
And also, I want to go back to what David has said. I mean, obviously, it can make Germany look quite better, like way better than they actually are. And if you look at the group, we still have Ecuador and Ivory Coast. And if you have been like just keeping up with the football news, I mean, a lot of fans are backing Ecuador and Ivory Coast as the dark horses because we know that they have actually been both teams have been performing quite good beforehand. So this group is actually going to be quite interesting to see, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I agree. I think Ivory Coast and Ecuador both could be big dark horses. And like, I wouldn't even be surprised if Germany don't finish first, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
in these harder games, they could slip up, definitely.
Yeah, like if you look at their previous campaign, they didn't really like live up to their expectations. And with being in a group like with Ivory Coast and Ecuador, if you watch the friendly against France, Ivory Coast beat them 2-1, and like it was not like France was playing like a B team or something. It was actually their main players that were up against Ivory Coast. They still managed to beat France. And similarly for Ecuador, they got like quite a few decent players. And I believe Hincapi and William Pacho will be their centre back partnership, followed by Caicedo and Estupinan. And at front, we're probably gonna see Ener Valencia, who always steps up for Ecuador in the World Cup.
But do you think the age will be a problem for Valencia now? I believe he's probably like 37 now, right?
Yeah, he's probably close to like 40s probably now. But yeah, even if you take out Valencia, they still have quite a few decent players. So I think they will give a tough time in the group. And I can potentially see Germany finishing maybe second or third here.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I think Ecuador do have some great players. Hincape, he's a cheeky player. Like the way he gets up and down, like he has some cheek about him. And I really just think that he could be damaging. Like he could really cause some damage. He was great for Arsenal. He's a player to keep an eye out for. He definitely is. What do you think, Singpack?
Yeah, and obviously there are other talents in the team as well. Like on top of my head, I can think of Caicedo. I mean, obviously when he first joined Chelsea, he was memed out a lot, and but obviously as it goes on, like he has been consistently actually one of the best midfielders in the Prem now.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I completely agree. I think he's an underrated one. I think Ivory Coast, they have a few less stars, but they still have some big players. Who are some big players you've been looking at, Momin, from Ivory Coast?
Yeah, I've been looking at. I basically can think of at this point. I can only think of Nicolas Pepe. Like
Mm.
he's been a threat on the wing for Ivory Coast, to be honest.
Yeah. What about Singo, Singpak's cousin, the centre back at Gala? What do you think of him?
Yeah,
Well,
moment, what do you think?
honestly, and for Ghana, actually, Ghana is like they got a group with England and I believe Croatia and Panama. So
Mm.
it's definitely a group they can potentially top. Because they got
Yeah,
Mohammad Kudus. They have Ayu. I'm not sure if he's still in the squad, but yeah,
yeah,
they can
yeah.
definitely. He can. They can definitely like finish in the top two. They got the potential.
I
Mm.
agree. I agree. What do you think, Singpak?
So mm, going back to Ivory Coast, right? We did kind of miss out on a star as well. You know, Diomande, he has been getting a lot of transfer links to big clubs as well.
Yeah, that's
So I
very
think
Yeah,
this is
true.
probably going to be
yeah,
a perfect moment for him to showcase his talents. I mean, he's already linked to big clubs. I believe Liverpool were one of them,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Liverpool and
It's
PSG.
unique.
Yeah, there will be
right?
quite a
So
lot of
yeah,
talk.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, just talking about all these predictions and other teams is getting me more hyped for the later games. This World Cup is going to be crazy for you.
yeah, they
Uh,
definitely a few dark horses. They also have Ahmed in attack from United. That's a big player. They have Doué, which is the other Doué's brother.
Mm.
Like they have Kessié, even though he's in Saudi now, but they got some ballers. Like Ivory Coast are looking sharp.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, then for sure. Yeah, so I believe with that we have let's just end this today's episode here for now, and we'll see you guys tomorrow after the games, and we predict the games on Monday. Then share your thoughts in the comments, and if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear your predictions of the very busy Sunday we're gonna have. So yeah, we sign out for now. This is it from Four Continental Podcast, and see you tomorrow.
All right, catch y'all on the next one.
See you guys in the next one.